The hidden world of dark pools, how secret stock trades shape your financial destiny. Have you ever stared at the stock market ticker, watching prices flicker up and down, and felt a nagging suspicion that something's off? Like the game's rigged, and no matter how hard you try, the big players always come out on top? You're not crazy, and you're definitely not alone. There's a shadowy, exclusive underworld lurking beneath the surface of Wall Street, a place where billionaires, hedge funds, and financial titans move billions of dollars in stock trades without anyone, especially you, ever knowing. Welcome to the mysterious realm of dark pools. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on this secretive system, how it operates, why it's a game changer, and most importantly, how it's quietly shaping your financial future. Buckle up, because by the time we're done, you'll see the stock market in a whole new light, and you'll have the tools to fight back. Let's dive into this hidden world together. What are dark pools? Picture this. You're at a bustling art auction, eyeing a stunning painting. You raise your paddle and shout your bid, $500. Instantly, the room erupts. Someone counters with $600, then $700, and before you know it, the price has spiraled out of reach. Frustrating, right? Now imagine a different scenario. You slip into a private back room, whisper your bid to a select few, and snag that painting for a steal, without a soul in the main room catching wind of it. That's the magic of dark pools in a nutshell. Dark pools are like VIP lounges for the stock market, private, off-the-grid trading platforms where the financial elite, think banks, hedge funds, and ultra-wealthy investors, swap massive chunks of stock in complete secrecy. Unlike the bright, noisy public exchanges like the New York Stock Exchange, NYSE, or NASDAQ, where every trade is splashed across screens for the world to see, dark pools operate in the shadows. No one knows who's buying, who's selling, or how many shares are changing hands until the deal is done. And here's the kicker. Because these trades stay hidden, they don't ripple out and shake up stock prices like public trades do. It's a slick, silent power play, and it's happening right under our noses every single day. How did dark pools begin? The story of dark pools kicks off back in the neon-lit 1980s when Wall Street was all shoulder pads, big hair, and even bigger trades. Large investors like pension funds or wealthy tycoons faced a problem. Whenever they tried to buy or sell millions of shares on the open market, the sheer size of their orders would send prices soaring or crashing. It was like shouting fire in a crowded theater. Everyone scrambled, and the market freaked out. Enter Instinet, a pioneering company that in 1986 launched the first dark pool. Their pitch? A quiet, discreet space where the heavy hitters could trade without tipping their hand or tanking the market. It was a brilliant fix. Big trades, no chaos. Fast forward to 1998 and the plot thickens. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, rolled out Regulation ATS, Alternative Trading Systems, giving dark pools the green light to operate legally alongside public exchanges. It was like handing Wall Street a golden ticket. Suddenly, these secretive platforms weren't just a workaround. They were a legit way to play the game. Financial giants pounced on the opportunity, setting up their own dark pools and realizing they could dodge competition, control prices, and keep their moves under wraps. Then came the real turning point, Regulation NMS in 2005. The SEC meant it as a safeguard, promising investors the best available price for their trades. Sounds noble, right? But here's where it gets juicy. Reg NMS accidentally opened a massive loophole. Big players could match trades privately in dark pools as long as the price hovered near the public markets. No need to show their cards, no need to stir the pot. The result? Dark pools went from a niche trick to a full-blown phenomenon. In 2005, they accounted for a measly 3% of all stock trades. By 2025, yep, right now, they've ballooned to over 50%. That's right, more than half of every stock trade in the US happens in secret. If that doesn't make your jaw drop, stick around, because it's about to get wilder. Why should you care? Okay, you're thinking, this sounds shady, but I'm just a regular person with a few bucks in a trading app. Why does this matter to me? Oh, it matters, a lot. Here's the dirty little secret. When over half the stock market's action is locked away in dark pools, the prices you see flashing on your screen might as well be smoke and mirrors. It's like shopping at a store where the ultra-rich get a secret discount code, one you'll never crack. You're stuck paying full price while they rake in the savings. Let's paint a picture. Say you're buying Apple stock through an app like Robinhood. The app says it's $150 a share. Sweet, you're in. But at that exact moment, a hedge fund is scooping up millions of Apple shares in a dark pool for $148 a piece. That $2 gap might sound like pocket change, but multiply it by millions of shares, and we're talking billions of dollars siphoned away from the public market into the pockets of the elite. You're not just missing out on a deal, you're funding their advantage. And it's not just about losing a few bucks. Dark pools mess with the very foundation of how prices are set. When trades happen off stage, the public market, where you and I play, gets a warped view of supply and demand. It's like trying to guess the weather with half the data missing. The result? You're always one step behind, chasing a mirage, while the real game unfolds in the shadows. Real-life examples, how dark pools affect you. Let's bring this home with some jaw-dropping examples from the real world, moments where dark pools didn't just tip the scales, they rewrote the rules. 1. The GameStop Madness 2021. Remember the GameStop saga? A ragtag army of retail investors on Reddit banded together to stick it to the hedge funds, buying up shares like crazy and hoping to send the price to the moon. It was David versus Goliath until dark pools entered the chat. At the peak of the frenzy, over 80% of GameStop trades were happening in these hidden markets. Hedge funds could quietly shuffle shares back and forth, controlling the flow without budging the public price. That's why the stock's wild ride didn't always match the hype, because the real action was buried where we couldn't see it. Mud 2. Barclays Dark Pool Deception, 2014. Barclays Bank promised its dark pool was a level playing field for big investors. Turns out it was more like a rigged casino. They secretly let high-frequency traders, those lightning-fast computer wizards, sneak in and prey on other clients, skimming profits while everyone else got played. The New York Attorney General caught wind of the scam and slapped Barclays with a $70 million fine. Pocket change, really. They'd already pocketed way more by gaming the system. 3. The Flash Crash Chaos, 2010, May 6, 2010. The Dow Jones nosedived nearly 1,000 points in minutes, a heart-stopping plunge that left traders scrambling. What happened? Dark pools played a starring role. With so much trading locked away, the public market ran dry on liquidity. There just weren't enough visible trades to keep things steady. It was like pulling the plug on a dam. Prices crashed, and panic reigned. A stark reminder, too much secrecy can turn the market into a house of cards. What's the worst-case scenario? Buckle up, because this is where it gets downright dystopian. If dark pools keep swelling, and experts predict they could hit 80% of all trades by 2030, the stock market as we know it might cease to exist. The prices you see on your trading app, they'd be little more than a fairy tale, a fabricated front, while the real deals happen behind locked doors. Retail investors, you, me, the little guy, would be left picking scraps from a table we're not even invited to sit at. Imagine this nightmare. You spot a hot stock at $100 a share. Score. You hit buy, feeling smug. But in a dark pool, a hedge fund just snapped up millions of shares at $95. By the time your order clears, the price ticks up. Not because of demand, but because the big dogs already set the stage. You're stuck overpaying every single time. Worse yet, if dark pools dominate, the public market could lose its grip on reality. Prices need big, visible trades to stay grounded. Without them, we're talking wild swings. Picture stocks plummeting 10%, 20% or more in a day for no clear reason. Retirement funds could vaporize, investment portfolios could collapse, and the chaos could ripple into a full-blown economic meltdown. Sound far-fetched? It's closer than you think. Is there any hope? Before you throw your hands up and swear off stocks forever, take a deep breath. There's still light at the end of this shadowy tunnel. The SEC could step in and slap some cuffs on dark pools, like the European Union did by capping them at 8% per stock. It's a sensible fix. Keep the secrecy in check so the little guy isn't totally screwed. But don't hold your breath. Wall Street's army of lobbyists will claw, kick, and scream to protect their golden goose. So what's a regular investor to do? This is where empowerment kicks in. Call it the know yourself, grow rich mindset. You can't dismantle dark pools, but you can outsmart them. Here's your battle plan. Go long term. Bet on solid companies with staying power. Think blue chip stocks that weather the storm. Ditch the hype. Short-term trades are a playground for manipulation. Don't get caught in the crossfire. Set your price. Use limit orders to lock in what you're willing to pay. No more blindly chasing market prices. Stay sharp. Knowledge is your superpower. The more you understand the system, the less it can blindside you. It's not about beating Wall Street at its own game. It's about playing smarter, building wealth on your terms. All right, now it's your turn to weigh in. What's your take on dark pools? Do they need a leash, or are they just business as usual in the cutthroat world of finance? Have you ever watched a stock zig when you expected it to zag, leaving you scratching your head? Drop your thoughts and stories in the comments. Let's spark a real conversation and crack this hidden world wide open together. If this deep dive flipped a switch for you, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you're first in line for more eye-opening reveals. Until next time, keep your eyes peeled and your mind sharp, because when you know yourself, you grow rich. See you soon.